28 short-term rental hosts handed me their marketing and said, roast me. And oh, I will. But here's the thing. If you've got an Airbnb and you're struggling to fill your calendar, their mistakes are probably your mistakes too. From websites that scare guests away to social posts that do absolutely nothing. I'm breaking it all down with a little bit of banter and a lot of real advice. Stick around, fix your marketing, and get more direct bookings. Let's get into it. Okay, you know the drill by now. You know that I've not seen Rachel's account before. I've just literally picked a number at random, number 26. If you want to be roasted next, make sure you send me a message on Instagram that just says the word roast. In a message, roast, R-O-A-S-T. And who knows, I may be roasting your marketing next. Like last time and like all the times I've done this, we're going to look at the website, Airbnb listing, Instagram, and we're going to see where Rachel is in the world, which looks like Australia, and what they would like for me to look at. Marketing, website to generate more direct booking leads. So shall we get stuck in? So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go and run a little website, Airbnb. So this is one of the listings. Rachel has in fact been hosting for 7 years. It's got a 4.8 average, 1,418 reviews. Rachel loves everything about property. I'm addicted renovator, property stylist. My passion is creating beautiful, warm, homely spaces for others to enjoy and relaxing. Let's just say there's a few cushions in my life. I've combined careers in many different fields, which has been transpired into hosting. I'm inspired by traveling the world, stayed everywhere from homestays and remote islands, Airbnbs, tiny sailboats, luxury international resorts. I've lived in New Zealand, Thailand, London, Sydney, Melbourne, and currently our little family is based in Perth, Australia. I know it well. I lived there in 2007, loved it. I love what I do, and hopefully you'll enjoy staying in my properties too. Okay, so 18 listings in total. They look majority of apartments with a few homes at the top. If I click on that, it shows me more. Let me have a quick look at the website. Book your next Perth getaway. So obviously located in Perth. That is easy to tell, which is good. I do like that when they say straight away who they are, what they do. Rachel is an addicted renovator, property stylist. She's an expert. Okay, so that is obviously the Airbnb blurb, which is cool. Powered by Felix. What is Felix? Let's have a little wee look at that. Looks like something Price Labs are doing. Not entirely sure what this is. And then we've got this, your booking. Space B&B duvet. Access to the Space B&B duvet. Okay, we'll have a little cheeky come back to that. Now we're going to go and search for dates. So I'm going to go search for my birthday. I'm going to come and stay for a good week. Let's just put in the 20th as 2 adults. Do you allow kids? This is the question. It looks like adults only. We'll come back to that. Sorry, you have no availability. Now there's children added in. Okay, so instantly we're coming across a little bit of a snafu here. We'll definitely come back to this. Okay, I've not put any dates in. Okay, this website is a mess. Sorry, Rachel, but we'll come back definitely to that. Airbnb. Yeah, I mean, what's the listing you said you want me to look at? It was, this is your favorite one, penthouse, skyline vistas, amazing night views. Fun fact, oh, where's it gone? That stadium. I've worked at that stadium. I used to sell beer at that stadium, which was fun. Right, we're definitely going to come back to here. 1 bed, 2 bed, queen bed, entire rental unit in here. Self check-in, fabulous 3-bed apartment. All right, it's definitely stuff we can work on here. The Instagram. Okay, interesting. Very cool, very interesting. All right. So I think we have got more than enough here to have a little look at. So let's dig in. So the first things first, what did Rachel want help with? Marketing and website to generate more direct booking leads. So I'm going to just assume from the fact that you've had 1,418 reviews, you've been hosting for 7 years, 1,418. Get my little friend ChatGPT up here. I'm going to have to log in, aren't I? In the edit, to take this out. All right, so if I have 1,418 reviews on Airbnb and have been hosting for 7 years and I have 18 properties, boil that down to bookings in a year and spread across the portfolio. So I can tell if you've got, across the so basically is you've got a large majority of your bookings coming in over a course of your Airbnb portfolio. So I'm going to assume from just that little lucky look that you've got not that many direct bookings coming in. I can see from obviously the website, I mean, it's not working in any way, shape, or form. There's a couple of places that you can instantly see. The first thing that I do like, number one, we'll go on the website, Airbnb, and Instagram. So your website, book your next Perth getaway today, space B&B at Perth's premium short-term rental specialist. So it's good. The first thing that you have to get across is A, who you are, what you do, and how they can book. The first thing is who you are. Perth getaway. Brilliant. B, what you do, premium short-term rental specialist. Let's go back to our little trusty ChatGPT. Going to paste in our website information. I need for you to create a better headline and tagline with it. So again, this is really, 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 really important because instantly you got to get across to the reader, aka your future potential guest, who you are, what you do, how you can book. Now, the hero image here, it's just a boy on the beach. I'm going to assume it's one of your kids. Again, unless every single one of your properties are on the beachfront, which they aren't, I wouldn't be including this as a shot. If this is your favorite property, I would be tempted to do that hero shot or another really good hero shot like that. That is what I would be getting across to be your main hero image on your site. And in terms of the headline, who is your ideal guest? I'm going to say families, and I'm going to assume families because as I look down here, 4, 6, 4, 6, 3, 4, 4, 4. If I come into your 18 properties, and again, I'm going to assume that these are managed or these are co-hosted or rent to rent. You may be baller and own every single one of these with investors, but tell me which one it is. But I'm going to assume just for this purposes without asking a question. In fact, I'm going to put that into the future roasts because I'd hate to assume what is the model that you do. I personally, photographers will probably tell me I'm wrong. I hate seeing messy bed shots. Again, I don't get it. Never have done, but that's by the by. But let's just say families. I'm going to say families coming to Perth just because, again, families is the niche getaway to Perth. What makes Perth? Well, you decide. Okay, so now my ChatGPT. Family getaway is made simple. Your perfect Perth getaway starts here. So again, having something like that on there, and we can even go and load this into Canva to see what it would look like. So if I come into here, and if I were to grab the image that we've just done, I'm going to whack it in. I'm going to say, where's my recent images? Uploads. So I'm going to use this in a design again. So if we're going to say here, instead of being book your perfect stay, if we're going to go and grab the heading and make that instead family getaways made simple, I'm going to do it white. Again, family getaways made simple. Your perfect Perth getaway, your perfect Perth stay starts here. Maybe a bit too many, but it does look cool. Perfect. Perth. Perfect. You can't spell Perth without perfect. Something like, I think that sounds pretty cool. Can't spell Perth without perfect. Obviously you can, but it's a nice little play on words. And then the subheading here, which is whack that as white. Again, so if we're going to quickly look at this cheeky little look here. Handpicked holiday homes across Perth designed for comfort, space, and unforgettable family time. Boom. That would replace what we have got there. And I think that looks better. The next thing on the website that is the problem is your search is broken. Number one, if you are going to appeal to people who've got kids, you need to make sure kids are in the search bar here. If I click search here, for example, and I go to this next bit, children are in here, but it's not in here. That is something broken within your theme. And again, I don't know who Felix is. It literally won't let me click. If I went and did a little cheeky search, it looks like it's something to do with Price Labs. I mean, I love Price Labs, but they don't do websites. If they do, they don't do websites well. No offense to the team. I know them really well, but this is an awful website. There's no context to it. There's no building the authority, social proof, etc. You've got pages up here, but nobody clicks. You've got to have 80% of your website information on the homepage of your website. And above all else, when they run a search, they need to book. This as well, I know Duve are great, but you do not have it here. You do not have it here. This is where you want to be sending everybody to book with you, not to log into your stay. You can do that in the post-booking phase. In here, above the fold, get rid of properties, about us, your stay, contact us, whack all of that in the junk bar that's down here. Just have home, book now, inquire now, whatever you want to do. Boom, boom, boom. about that nice hero image here. That is what you need, plain and simple. Then you can go on to tell about you, the business, the properties, the social proof, X, Y, and Z, but not at the start. And obviously test it on desktop, but also test that as well on mobile and tablets, because a lot of people start their search on mobile. They maybe don't finish it on mobile, but they definitely start it. So your website, total overall. The name, Space B&B, Space B&B. Now, again, I do like Space B&B, but what's the name all about? To me, Space B&B, I feel vibey. I feel like supersonic. I feel space. I feel like you could definitely do with a rebranding or a rename. Again, there may be some reason why behind the name Space, but it's not clear in any way, shape, or form why. It looks like one of those names that you just made up as you got going and then thought I'll fix it one day later. Again, space means nothing to me. It means more like, say, I'm going to go to Joshua Tree, take a couple of mushrooms and look up into space, not what you provide. Again, I don't really get anything from there. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take your information that you've put into Airbnb here. I'm going to trust it in here and I'm going to say, I want for you to rework this headline and tagline based on the information on my Airbnb profile. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to come into that listing because it's your fave and spacious space. I'm just still trying to figure out space, but bear with. All right, so I'm going to take this. Now take this listing description and take this listing description, the headline and tagline. And okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to let it rework it. Now, what I want for you to do based off to my listings, my profile, my website, I want for you to tell me who my avatar is. I need for you to be a marketing genius and custom avatar specialist and tell me from what you see who my audience is and how I should be creating my content on social media and wording my website and listings. Okay, so now what it's doing is it's giving me a different headline. Beautiful stays, thoughtfully styled for family life. That's pretty cool. From skyline penthouses to cozy urban sanctuaries, every Space B&B home is designed with heart, hosted with care, and made for unforgettable Perth moments. I think that is a 10 out of 10, and it tells it why it's done this. So beautiful stays, signaling premium, thoughtfully styled for family life, ties with your interior skills to the niche of families. The tagline, paint a picture, love all of that. And it's also now giving you your avatar as well. Modern family traveler, this is the age, gender, location, income, pain points you solve, how you should be creating content buckets, etc. So now it's given us this. So the TL, your avatar in one line, style conscious mums and dads planning family friendly Perth getaways who want space, trust and comfort without losing the boutique feel. I like that. So let's just then go back to here. So we have got, like you have put, 18 listings on here. Now, you can tell your interior design because they all look very nice. They all look the same, which is good, which is fitting your brand. Let's have a little look at this indirect listing here. So the first thing that you are missing out on is fantastic real estate. What I want for you to do, if you want to generate more leads, direct bookings, etc., is I want for you to brand each one of your properties. So for example, if I was to do this, come back into our trusty ChatGPT. Okay, now what I need for you to do is give this listing a name. The name will be Googleable and Instagrammable and easy to spell. I want for you to give me the best name possible. Here's the listing. Okay, so what it's now going to do is it's going to give this listing a name. You've got a penthouse with 260 degrees, river view, sleek family functionality, superhost reputation backing it. You need a name that's Googleable, Instagram friendly, spelt how it sounds, and matches your elegant yet approachable brand. So the top name recommendation would be Skyline Haven Perth, because then what you can do is you can go onto here and put, and again, I'm going to suggest that you rebrand the name. But for example, Space B&B presents, and then the new name, which is Skyline Haven Perth. And you put that in your listing here, right at the very start, because what it does is it makes your listing Googleable and searchable. Because what the guests will do is they will look at that and they will go and Google it to see if they can find you direct. So they can ask you direct questions, give you a call, email. Again, that personal stay. If you're charging, let's have a little look here for 3-night stay. If you're charging close to $400 a night, people are going to ask questions, and especially if you're doing larger parties, for example, people are going to ask questions. They can't do that on Airbnb. They can't get instant responses, but they can if they book with you direct. Now, obviously, you're going to bank on your website actually having your phone number on it. You're going to bank on your website having details in like a live chat box, email, and actually working. When you come to Boostly and get that done, then obviously it'll be a whole lot better. But for the most part, you got to be able to billboard your listings here. As far as your pictures go, the views, brilliant. I wouldn't be putting this picture as number 3. I would instead be really showcasing more on these 260 reviews. I think you've pretty much got it nice here. In fact, yeah, what I would do as be having if you've got a really cool bedroom, or if there's something else that's unique about it, I'd be showcasing it there. Maybe that. I'd be having that as that shot there, because then they can vision themselves from the kitchen looking out. I wouldn't so much have this one. I'd be replacing that one. Let's have a little quick one which takes our eyes. Again, the views is everything with this, right? Now, this is obviously a shared balcony, a shared decking. So I wouldn't really be showcasing that as the main 6. Unless that is literally the view, which I guarantee it isn't. Instead, what I would be doing, I'd be doing this, because obviously Sleep 6, you want to know the layout. I'd be having that as image number 6 in your listing. Simply being is people will want to see, but I wouldn't use that because that's a very bad image for the eye. I would be going on to Fiverr, or even, let's see if we can do our trusty ChatGPT. Let's see if ChatGPT can do this for free. This is the layout of our listing. I need this to be more Instagrammable. Design it as a 3D image, please. Make it pop and look amazing. Again, I'm just saying words there, but let's see what it comes back with. I'm just going to say, just design it. And again, make sure you say please and thank you, because when they do take over, they'll remember. So that's going to go ahead and do that, right? And again, I think the pictures are good. Obviously, you've had them done professionally. You're very good with interior, because obviously that's what your passion is. But I just think the layout here can be really good kitchen shot, and then have the 3D layout here. Definitely you are missing out on billboard opportunities on your site. Again, make sure as well that you remember that nobody reads big bulks of text. So instead, what you need to be doing here, again, coming back into our trusty ChatGPT, now I need for you to redesign and rewrite my Airbnb listing based off the fact that people don't read. It needs to be bullet pointed, but I want for you to rewrite this based on my avatar in mind. Speak of the benefits, not the features. Okay, look, so the listing, the image is looking pretty cool. I really like that. We can obviously amend it if we want to, but for speed, I'm just going to let it finish off what it's doing. Okay, reviews are obviously good. Location is pretty much location A+. You've filled in everything that you need to be filled in, so jolly good. But the main thing with your listing, I mean, you're not in trouble of getting bookings. That's no danger. You've got the bookings, you've got the reviews, you've got the super hosts, all that good stuff. The problem is you want to get marketing leads and get them directly. So let's talk about marketing leads while ChatGPT is finishing up. This is your account, right? Space-B&B. What I would be looking to do here would be to put your picture, honestly, here, so that you and your partner, which is a great shot there, personalize it. Don't just have a faceless logo. I'd be getting rid of this booking.com one. Get rid of that because it's not Christmas anymore. And what I would look to do, in all honesty, would be create content based around what your users and your guests would want to be seeing. Okay, so you've done Merry Christmas from Koh Lanta, no caption, no nothing. Again, I don't really know why. Great to be poolside again with the gang. Again, don't really know the context as to why. So what I want for you to do is I want for you to create content, bearing in mind that it is your ideal avatar that is looking at it. You want people to be able to want to come back and find out more about it, right? Now, look, this is pretty cool. So this is the image that Airbnb have done. ChatGPT has done for your listing based off the floor plans that you have. Now that would look pretty cool in your listing, picture number 5. Here we're going to go. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get it to rewrite your listing. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish off by saying, now I need for you to create for me an Instagram caption and give me photo or video ideas. I need for you to become a social media and Instagram specialist who can help me with content for my Instagram account. All right, so instantly it's rewritten the Airbnb listing. I wouldn't put the emojis in, and you can say, hey, take out the emojis. But right there, sleep like royalty, views at wow, boom, boom, boom. That's great. That's fantastic. We love that. And I'll make sure I send that over to you. And finally, what we're going to do before we call close to this is you're now going to have content on Instagram as well. So this is an idea. Instagram caption, East Perth, but we make it bougie. Family, couples, best mates, this 3-bed penthouse is made for making memories, wraparound balcony, yada, yada, yada. And with the actual images, what you can do is you can take the professional ones that you've had done and you could use them for the images. And a carousel is where you can add more than one picture at a time and it gets people to scroll across. Now, another idea that you can do is booking a photo shoot, but get friends or Instagram people, content creators, influencers in Perth, or just pay some kids to come down or the families to come down and just take pictures of them doing lifestyle shots. Because again, when your future potential guest is online, they want to be able to envision them in the shot. Okay, so if you've got a real cool photography shot of, let's just go back to your penthouse here and you go back to the decking, right? That's a good shot. But what if there was like in the foreground there, people looking out as a husband and wife or a couple there looking out over the view of Perth. Now you don't have to get the faces in it because I feel like having faces in shoots puts people off. It looks like more of a magazine shoot. But if you can have the back of their heads sitting out that way, bottle of wine, bottle of champagne, but make sure it's poured, make sure it's open so then people can actually vision and feel themselves in that shot. If you can get a couple of those shots, then they work well for your Airbnb, but they also will work well for your Instagram. Now, from your Instagram, obviously you want people to say about generating leads. So if you're going to do that, then you need to be able to create a lead gen form. A lead gen form is something that when they click it, they're going to give them the email address and they'll want to give the email address up to get the thing on the other side. So yours is simple. It could be the 5 top secret hidden places to eat in Perth and just put together something. Again, if you want it in ChatGPT, super simple. Now I need for you to create for me a blog on the top 5 places to eat in Perth based off TripAdvisor reviews, that hidden and top secret. I want this to be lead gen, so it needs to be on a PDF that I can put on my website. So when they give me the email, they get the PDF. And again, to actually deliver that, that's where a tool like the Boostly CRM is fantastic because in the back end, we actually have got those tools where when somebody signs up to your email account for your lead gen, then they will get sent that PDF. So you can use ChatGPT to create it just like it's doing now. And then once it's created, let me just go into on here. In the Boostly CRM, again, all Boostly members, whether you're on the Accelerator program or the Boostly Bookings Booster, you get this. So where the automation is here. So you create this workflow that you see here. So when somebody signs up to your email list or somebody clicks on a link on your website, on your Boostly Data Booking website, then they will get sent this PDF. And then again, the workflows have all been created for you in your CRM that you can find in here. So any Boostly member, go ahead and go do that now. For yourself, Rachel, again, we've got some recommendations here, which is great. We've got you your real ideas, your Instagram ideas. We've got your new listing. We've got everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to package this up and I'm going to send this to you on an email. So you'll get this. For everybody else that's watching, I hope that you've had inspiration from it. I've tried to keep it under 30 minutes, which we are just coming up to now. There's tons and tons of feedback. Let's just recap super quickly. Number one, website, new website is needed. Come to Boostly. We'll help fix all of this and make sure it's linked up properly to your PMS of choice. This is why you need to go to a proper website builder. Make sure, again, this above the fold is fixed. Utilize tools like ChatGPT to help pull out a better headline. So you're going to be able to speak to your guest. Make sure that your website is bookable. Get rid of this. Get rid of all of these. Get them in the junk drawer. And again, fill out 80% of your information on your website. With your listing, you want to generate more direct bookings, more leads. Well, with that, you've got to basically billboard your business name. You've got to make sure that you give a property a name. We have done that with the Skyline Haven of Perth. Make sure that you also put it in the first line here so that it makes it more Googleable, Instagram, and spellable, because then they can go and try and find you direct. On your actual Airbnb listing, I would remove these two images here, replace them with the ones that I spoke to you about. And, you know, the image that we put together with your floor plan looks so much better than the one that you have at the bottom of, yeah, that looks so much better than that. Again, free on ChatGPT. We don't have to pay anybody for it. Coming into your Instagram, we need to do a total rework. Again, change your bio, change your picture. We've had words about your business name, so maybe look at thinking to change that as well. Get rid of that, and start to create the content that your people will want. Again, that is crap. So let's not do that again. All right. With all that being said, thank you so much for putting your name down for a roast, Rachel. If you want to have your business roast, go onto Instagram, DM me the word roast, OAST. You'll be sent this form that you can fill in, and who knows, you may be one of the lucky or unlucky people that can get roasted. And for all of you that are tuning in, I guarantee there's going to be one bit of advice you can take from this and apply to your business. So whatever that is, leave it in a comment below. And if you liked this video, then you'll love the last video that we roasted, that you can go and click here and find it. With that being said, I'll be back next week. My name is Mark Simpson, and I'll speak to you very soon.